Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Middle Earth Gaming video. And in today's video, as you guys can see, we have another painting tutorial for you guys for the new King Helm Hammerhand, the armored version of Helm that we've all been waiting for from the War of the Rohirrim range. Just come out from GW. Awesome model. He's a beast, as you guys can see, as he is in the film. He's quite tall compared to other models, and we'll be painting up for you guys today. So I'm really excited for this one, guys. It's going to be really cool. So obviously, here's the new version of Helm that's just come out. There was obviously the Wraith of the Hornburg that I've already done. I haven't done a paint tutorial for that, but I have already completed that one. So we're going to be painting this guy up for you guys today, so I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. He has been base coated in Chaos Black Spray from Citadel, as always, and we're going to be working on the mounted version, but if we need to, we will go to the full version, as always. And just like always, we will be starting on the skin. Now, the only skin on him is the face, because obviously he's wearing gloves and he's wearing boots, so the only skin that we'll be needing is his face. So we're going to be starting off with the skin with a 1-to-1 mix of Bugman's Glow and Cadian Flesh Tone. That skin now base coated, we're now going to take some Celestia Grey, and we're going to apply this over a few areas. We're going to apply this firstly over all of the horse's flesh, as well as these the hair on the bottom of the legs. We're also going to apply this over Helm's beard and mustache. We're also going to apply this over his inner robe. So the Celestia Grey now applied, as you guys can see, I've done a couple of thin coats just so we get a nice even layer over the entire skin. So there we go. So what we're now going to do is use Dryad Bark, and when you again use this over quite a few areas, we're going to start by using it on the lower bit of the tabard here of the horse, just this area here and here. We're also going to be using it on the faceplate of the horse, just there. We're also going to be putting it on the under, so we have the leather armor on Helm here, but there's also an underbit area here, which is leather, different brown leather, so we're going to be painting that area with Dryad Bark. Also the handle on the hammer with Dryad Bark, as well as Helm's gloves with Dryad Bark, as well as the saddle bit with Dryad Bark as well, along with his boots and his leg area here too. And if I quickly switch to the foot model, we also have his little bit down here, guys. Dryad Bark now dry. We're now going to paint the leather armor, so all the armor, with Rhinox hide. It doesn't matter if you go over the trim, guys, because we'll be going over that later. Rhinox hide now dry. We're now going to work on the straps. I'm going to do a 1-to-1 mix of Rhinox hide and Mournfang brown. And like I said, we're going to be doing this all over the strap. So all the straps on Helm, excluding the one holding his horn there. All the straps on the horse. Just may need 2 coats, guys, as well as the trim of his like little leather bit here. We'll be doing in this mix as well. So that all done, guys. The straps are now done. I did do another area, just the fur around the saddle here with Rackar flesh. Apologies, the video got screwed up somehow. I'm not too sure why. Apologies about that, guys. What we're going to do now, so after the straps are done and that fur's been done, we're now going to take some Abaddon Black, and we're going to use this for the bits of the saddle that's inside here, as well as the little bit of clothing between what will become the green area and his leather armor there. It's just a little bit just in there, guys. That done, we're now going to work on the reds, and we're going to be using a 1-to-1 mix of corn red and Abaddon Black. I'm going to base coat this over, well, all the red areas, including the saddle, or the barding on the saddle, his cloak, and the bit on his hammer here. We're also going to be using this for the strap that is with his horn as well. Just that strap down there, guys. So that red now applied, as you guys can see. What we're now going to do is take Mechanicus Standard Grey. I'm going to paint this checkered pattern that is on his legs. It's like checkered cloth or something like that. All done. What we're now going to do is all the greens, and we're going to start by doing a 3-part mix of 1 part Lupercal Green, 1 part Abaddon Black, and 1 part Wild Flesh. I don't know why I said in that order, guys. But we're going to paint this over any of the green areas. So we have bottom here, this area here on the horse, as well as the underneath areas on Helm. So with that green now all applied, what we're now going to do is the fur trim around the cloak, just here, guys. What we're going to do is that we're going to base coat that with XV88. That trim now done, as you guys can see, we're now going to focus on the hair of the horse. I'm going to be doing this by a 1-to-1 mix of Storm Vermin fur and Skaven by Dinge. I'm going to paint the tail, as well as the mane up here. Hair now done. We're now going to work on the metallics. So we're going to start off with Lead Belcher. And this is going to go over all of the silver areas, so such as the horseshoes, and I will be base coating the hooves there with Abaddon Black, guys, after this as well, because I did forget to do that. We're also going to be doing any of the buckles on the straps, such as there's a few around Helm as well. We're also going to be base coating the hammer as well, such as the 2 ends here, that in there, as well as this end bit here, and any other silver details that you guys would want on your model, essentially. That done, we're now going to take some Retributor armor and we're going to apply this over all of the gold areas, which obviously there is quite a lot here, guys. So I do have the picture here, so if you guys can see, we will be applying quite a lot of gold all over the model. So just use that as reference, guys, and obviously any pictures on the GW site as well. But just take your time here, guys. That all done, as you guys can see, Helm is now fully base coated and he's looking all right. So what we're going to do now is to start the washing process. So we're going to start off, as always, with the skin, and we're going to start washing it. We're going to wash the skin and all the gold using Reichland Flesh Shade. I'm going to start down here. It doesn't matter if you get over the armor, guys, because it'll make it have a bit more of a leathery look. So just all over the gold and all over the skin as well. So that Reichland Flesh Shade now applied, I've also done it on the trim of the cloak here, guys. We're now going to take some Agrax Earth Shade and we're going to apply this over all of the brown areas. So including the part here on the horse, I believe I forgot what it was called, and all of the brown areas on Helm. So we have the boots, the armor, the saddle, the brown bits on the hammer, and the horse and the straps, all those kind of things, guys. And so that Agrax Earth Shade now applied, we're now going to take some Nuln Oil. And we're going to apply this in 2 different stages. So first one we're going to do is a normal Nuln Oil wash, and this is going to go over most of the areas. So I'm going to put this over the horse's red areas, as well as the green areas, this pale area here as well. We want to get this Nuln Oil mix over everything except for the horse flesh, as well as Helm's cape and his beard and his hair. But everywhere else, we're going to wash Nuln Oil over. With that first Nuln Oil wash applied, we're now going to take a 4-to-1 mix of 4 parts Lamia Medium to 1 part Nuln Oil. We're going to apply this over all the horse's skin, as well as Helm's beard and hair, as well as the inside of his cape. So a much thinner mix here, guys. And so with that, Helm is now washed. He's now ready to go and start the highlight layers and highlights. As you guys can see, I've already done the eyes, as you guys can see. And yeah, they do look ropey at this time. If you guys are new here, we do the eyes at this point with a dot of dry or Rhinox hide and then pallid witch flesh. And we do it at this point just so we can basically clean up any mistakes that we do. As you guys can see, I've done a little bit of mistake there. It's a lot easier to make mistakes now and to clean it up while you do your layers and highlights than it is to, once you actually finish the model. So that's what we're going to do now. So we're going to start off by, like I said, with the skin, and we're going to be layering it up. We're going to be layering it up with the original base coat of 1 part Bugman's Glow to 1 part Cadian Flesh Tone. And we're just going to like I said, there's not much on this model. We are just going to tie it up. It doesn't matter if we go over the gold a little bit because we will be tidying that bit up as well later. So that's done. We're now going to take some Cadian Flesh Tone, and again, we're going to highlight the flesh. More towards like the tip of the nose here. This little mouthpiece and his cheeks as well. So that pure Cadian Flesh Tone now applied, what we're now going to do is a 1-to-1 mix of Cadian Flesh Tone and Pallid Witch Flesh. And once again, we'll do this on the tip of the nose, the cheekbones, the forehead on your foot model. Just to really pronounce the face, guys. And the brows as well. With that face now done, we're now going to work on some other areas now. Now we're going to take some Celestia Grey and we're going to reapply this on the inside of the cape, as well as Helm's beard and his hair as well. So we're going to layer that up. So that's Celestia Grey now dry. We're now going to do a 1-to-1 mix of Celestia Grey and Ulthuan Grey. And once again, we're going to highlight the area now by picking out his hair, his mustache, and his beard, as well as the white inner cape too. With that now done, as you guys can see, we're now going to move on to the green areas. I'm going to relay out with a 3-part mix actually, of 2 parts Lupercal Green, 1 part Wild Flesh, and 1 part Abaddon Black. And we're going to layer all the green areas. And this strap around the horse will be highlighting that area. A chunky highlight. So with that done, we're now going to highlight up the green. I'm going to be doing this with a 3-part mix of 1 part Lupercal Green, 1 part Wild Flesh, and 1 part Zemesi Desert. And like I said, we're going to start highlighting up the green. That green now done, we'll now move on to the dried bark leathers. So obviously that includes the boots, the little thing inside Helm there. So we're going to start by doing a layer of 1 part dry bark to 1 part Baneblade Brown. I'm just going to layer over these areas. So with that done, we're now going to highlight, I should say, all the brown areas except for the his leather armor. I'm going to highlight again, not shade, all the brown areas with pure Gorthor brown. So that includes the boots, all the straps, the headpiece on the horse, all the straps, the handle on Helm, his gloves, his inside piece there, and the bottom bit here on the horse. So all those pieces we're now going to be highlighting in pure Gorthor brown. So those brown areas now highlighted. We're now going to move on to the reds. And we're going to do one thing before we start highlighting, is the cloak. Because we didn't actually shade the cloak, because we're going to do a recess shade of 1 part corn red to 2 parts Abaddon Black. I'm just going to manual recess shade this area. It doesn't matter if you go over, guys, because we will be bringing it back up. Reach this shade now applied, it's darkened that cloak up quite nicely. We're now going to relayer over the previous base coat mix of 1 part corn red to 1 part Abaddon black. And for the saddle here, or the, what you call it really, the tabard or whatever it's called, we're going to leave the bit going inside the things, I guess. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight or layer over these squares that go over all of them. Like I said, we're going to leave those recesses. We're also going to layer over all the other red areas, such as the hammer here. I'm going to relayer over the cloak as well. What we'll do is we'll go around the edging here. With that layer done, we're now going to start highlighting up the red with a 3-part mix of 1 part corn red, 1 part Wazdagger red, and 1 part Abaddon black. And what we're going to do here is that for here on the saddle, we're going to start highlighting this area up. So each of these squares will leave the middle dark, and we'll just highlight out the outside. We'll highlight the trim around it too. And then same with the hammer, we'll just layer over that. And then for the cape itself, what we're going to do is that we're just going to layer up further. Making our highlights tighter the further we go up. Because we're doing such gentle transitions, it should look pretty nice. So that first highlight now applied, we're going to do a final edge highlight. This time we're going to be doing 1 part corn red to 1 part Wazdagger red. And we're just going to edge highlight all the red. Just going to edge highlight all this area on the horse, the hammer, the cloak, and the rim of the cloak around here too. So that red now done, as you guys can see, it's looking pretty nice. We're now going to do that little trim on the outside of his saddle, the Rakar flesh that we did. We're going to relayer it with Rakar flesh. Of Rakar flesh now applied. What we're now going to do is a highlight, and we're going to highlight this with 1 part Rakar flesh to 1 part Pearled Witch flesh. And we're just going to highlight it. So with that now done, I've also done the bone bit of the horn in that color as well, guys. So what we're now going to do is the grey area on his like little padding there, and we're going to highlight this with Mechanicus Standard Grey. We're also going to highlight this on any black areas that we have on the model, which is not too many, but there's one here, a little bit back here too. grey highlight now applied, we're now going to do another fine edge highlight, this time with a 1-to-1 mix of Mechanica Standard Grey and Dawnstone. And again, just over the black areas and that cloth area. Just doing a fine edge highlight. So that done, we're now going to work on Helm's leather armor. So we've already base coated it and washed it with obviously the gold trim around it. Now we're going to do a layer over the armor, trying to avoid the gold trim, but we will be going over that, so it doesn't really matter too much, guys. What we are going to do is a 1-to-1 mix of Rhinox hide and Doombull brown. And what we're going to do is we're just going to layer over the armor. Trying to just get inside it as best as we can. Like I said, if you go over to the gold, guys, it's not really too much of a deal because we will be going back over that at a later stage. The first layer now applied, what we're now going to do is highlight further up. I'm going to use pure Doombull brown here. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and go closer to the middle of each panel, trying to keep a little dark edging around. Kind of like that. Leather armor now done. We'll do the trim a bit later, guys. We're now just going to finish off the cape here, and the bottom here, the trim of the cape, and we're going to layer over this area with a 1-to-1 mix of XV88 and Mornfang brown. With that layer now applied on the trim of the cloak, we're now going to highlight that area with a 3-part mix of 1 part XV88, 1 part Mornfang brown, and 1 part Pallid Witch Flesh. What we're going to do is just highlight it up. Apologies, guys, I had a problem with the footage before, so I already started the next step on the mounted model, as you guys can probably see here. I've already started layering over the next step on the armor. So and that's what we're about to do now. So we're going to next layer up all of the gold trim and any gold areas with Liberator Gold. And just take your time with this one, guys, because hopefully, as you guys can see with this one, if you take your time, it turns out to be looking pretty good. That layer of Liberated Gold now applied. What we're now going to do is a final highlight on all the gold areas, and this is going to be a 1-to-1 mix of Liberated Gold and Ironbreaker. And like I said, we're going to do a final highlight. Mostly on just like little details here and there. It doesn't have to go over every little area, guys. Mostly just to make the points a bit sharper. But yeah, this doesn't have to go on everywhere, guys, if you don't want to. Just on areas that will make the most sense, will stand out a bit more. So with that gold now applied, all that gold now finished, we're now going to highlight all the silvers. I'm going to use Iron Breaker for this. So we're just going to highlight all the silvers with Iron Breaker. So that done, Helm himself is now done, and I hope you guys enjoy him, because I think he came out pretty damn well in my opinion. I hope you guys agree. But so with that, Helm on foot is now done. So if you guys were just working on him, he is now done. What we're now going to do is we'll finish off the horse, and that is doing the skin and the tail and the mane. So we're going to work on the skin first. What we're going to do first is we're going to paint all of the lower bits of the legs, so where the fur you can see is here. What we're going to do is we're going to paint this area with Dawnstone. Let's give it a nice base coat. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to blend it in with the layers of the skin that we put on later. So just make sure you get a nice even layer here, guys. So that Dawnstone now applied, what we're now going to do is go back to the original base coat mix of the horse, and that was Celestia Grey. And what we're going to do now is we're going to relayer the skin. Now this may take 2 thin coats, guys. And when we come down to the area on like the what do you call it, the socks, or what do you want to call it, the fur bit, we're just going to highlight the fur. So with that layer of Celestia Grey now reapplied, what we're now going to do is start highlighting up the horse. I'm going to start by a 1-to-1 layer, sorry, a 1-to-1 highlight of Celestia Grey and Ulthuan Grey. And we're going to start highlighting up. So we're going to highlight up again the furs. I'm going to start highlighting up the muscles. So we're not highlighting up every area, just the most prominent areas. With that done, what we're now going to do is the mane and the tail. I'm going to start off with a layer of 1 part Abaddon Black to 2 parts Stormburn Fur. And we're just going to highlight, or layer highlight essentially. Going to pick out all of the hair areas. So that layer highlight now applied, we're now going to do a final highlight on the hair. And this is going to be pure Storm Vermin Fur. So there's only one thing left to do, and that is to do the eyes. So we're just going to base coat the eyes with a Batum Black. And then dot the eyes with Pallid Witch Flesh. And so with that, Helm is finished, and I'm really happy with how he turned out, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed him too, and yeah, he's such an awesome model, such a beast on the table as well. He stands quite taller than most models that you see on the table, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm really excited for him. Was really excited for him to come out, and yeah, painted him as quickly as I could to show you guys as quickly as possible. But hope you guys enjoyed him. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and yeah, it just makes me more excited for what's coming in the future. I'd like to give a big thank you to all the supporters. You guys are amazing as always, all the YouTube channel members and Patreon as well. But if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, happy gaming.